Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Sketchy. And today, once again, I have brought with me the man, the myth, the legend, the Fat Dave of Total Blackout Painting.
Hello. So today we're going to be doing some, in honor of Scott Adams passing, we're going to be doing some a tribute to Dilbert, uh,
Yes.
in a way, because it was really tragic. His passing is really tragic, and his loss is going to be, you know, something that's felt forever,
Yeah.
um, because his influence was so good, and his art was really. So it was so simple, but so good at the same time. Like it's iconic, and
Yes.
his life was iconic, and I think it deserves a bit of a retrospective here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, you did already a little bit on Sultans, but it's nice we get one on this channel, too, because it just fits. We're both fans of Dilbert,
yeah,
too, though I haven't read it in a while, but I did grow up on it, and oh boy. There's a
yeah,
lot of jokes I didn't even get and still loved.
yeah, and I've worked in offices for a really long time, and I worked at a big corporation for a while and got to deal with like the corporate leadership stuff. And then I worked for the state for a long time, which is very similar to a corporate environment in the office. Aside from the fact that there's like no incentive to perform. Um, there's no
Pretty much.
that's usually how it works with the state. There's people don't get you're not getting performance bonuses or anything like that, so you don't have a whole lot of incentive to do anything but the bare minimum. And I
Pretty
think in
much why
Dilbert's
everybody wants
case,
to. That's why everybody wants to work in the government.
yeah, yeah, really. Um, but I think in Dilbert's case, it's really a case of he wanted to be better, but he didn't have the ability to, because that's just how the corporation was, right? Like the corporation was just retarded, and
Yep.
it was going to be retarded no matter what he did and how much he tried for it to not be retarded. So
He was a brave man.
and it's funny because Dilbert is like a really unassuming guy, and at the time that he was put out, like Dilbert comics were first released, there was the kind of like nerd stereotype was really kind of picking up.
Yeah.
And so it was, I think, a tribute to Adams' genius that he was able to get Dilbert out and lampoon corporate culture at a time when it was so relevant. I would say, yeah, those look a little far apart. There we go.
Do a little.
Hmm.
Did screw up the angle too, but fuck it.
Well, you can fix the angle just by moving him. So-
Exactly.
Put him on his own layer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was, and like we talked about on the podcast last Saturday, with Bleach giving the example of he actually got to engage with Scott Adams or at least once during one of his live streams. And I think that speaks to him as an individual. I have a lot of respect for people who engage with their audience,
Yeah.
right? I hate it. I always tried to make sure to respond to every single comment left on my channel. And
So some are better at that than others.
yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
and it's like, I guess once you get to a certain point, it does make sense to stop trying to engage with everybody. Like Joe Rogan said, like he doesn't ever read comments or engage with comments. Like, I can understand where he's coming from because he gets a lot of hate comments, but
I'm just a lazy bastard, is all.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, the you noticed it too. The comments that are genuine, come from genuine people, I think deserve a response
Yeah.
because they're your audience, and without them, you wouldn't have, or it wouldn't be a point in doing it without an audience, which sounds kind of dumb and performative, but really, I mean, what the hell are
It
you
may
even here doing
sound
YouTube
dumb and
comp videos?
performative. It may sound dumb and performative to the cynic, but honestly, it's truth in it.
Hmm.
A content creator is nothing without their audience. If they don't really treat
Hmm.
them in any kind of respectable way, then he can't really expect the audience to stay in any way.
Right. That's why there's a dude I watch a lot of his videos now, the Alaskan Avenger, and he's
Wait,
getting
is
big,
that
and
wait,
he's
isn't he the dude who went around and beat up pedophiles?
yeah, he robbed and took a hammer to a few PDF files
Oh,
and spent
so
some time in
nothing wrong
prison
then.
for it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the worst.
but he still goes through and like he reads his comments and he'll respond to comments even though he gets, a couple hundred on videos. You'll go through and you'll see a bunch of hearts on all the comments, and I appreciate that because then it shows that they're grateful for, they want the engagement, and they're grateful for you as a person who's engaged with their content.
Yes.
um and like, I'm not famous enough to not do that. I'm not famous at all. But also I'm not so uh I want to say up my own ass, but that's not it. I'm not so
I plead the fifth.
yeah. But anyhow, so going back, Scott Adams was he engaged with his audience. He engaged with people on Twitter, um, which I found out when I found out that he was that Scott Adams was uh, a conservative on Twitter. I actually gained quite a bit of respect for him because he was a conservative on Twitter when it was politically unfavorable to do so.
Yeah, honestly,
But
I was a bit shocked too when I found out that he wasn't waving the blue flag.
yeah, because I expect most artists and most famous people to do that because that's what's comfortable and easy for them.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget the socks.
Socks? Oh fuck yeah.
You gotta color
The
his
white
socks.
socks.
The white.
White. It's too many whites here. Oh shit, we're in Scotland now, baby.
What did we call it? Hamza Yusuf?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. We're not gonna talk about.
If you want to hear our rant about
that guy.
Hamza Yusuf,
So-
join us on Sultans.
Mhm. But
Before
he
you
was an
continue,
incredibly reasonable.
can I say
Yeah.
a childish and stupid joke that every kid in my neighborhood said whenever we saw Dilbert?
Yeah, let's see.
Hey, you wanna read
Let's hear it.
dildo?
Oh yeah. Well, and that's again, like, it's a funny name,
Yes.
like Dilbert. It's just such a
Yep.
goofy ass nerdy name. And I think it's, again, really well done and smart.
Yep.
More just more of a highlight as to how good his comedic mind was.
Yeah. And again, he had his finger on the pulse. Like, people like to say that South Park was really good at analyzing and using what happened in its time frame, but Dilbert, he knew shit that would be a true that would just be true regardless of
Yeah,
time, regardless of era. He just fucking managed to hit things that and just no matter how long ago it was, a person can take a Dilbert comic book, especially someone who works in an office, look at it and it's like, I recognize that.
yeah, a wholly relatable. Um, it's a wholly relatable set of of behaviors, you
Yeah.
know, and he did a good job of capturing it and really condensing it to a way that made it easy to satire. You
Yep.
know, it made it easy to lampoon
And
because it
we're
really
now
is
right now.
like
You first. You
there's
first.
so much. So much of the corporate world is just clowny nonsense,
Yep. Busy
and
work.
it's busy work. Yeah, it's make work nonsense. Um, and he recognized that, and he called it out, which I think is
Yep.
hilarious.
Right now, I'm drawing my favorite character from Dilbert, Wally, the man who'd made. He cracked the system. He knew
Yeah.
everything. He knew what to do. He didn't just survive the office. He thrived in it.
Well, he was a perfect foil to the pointy-haired boss, right? Because the
Yep.
boss was always asking for stupid and impossible shit. And so
Yep.
Wally was just like, all right, well, I'm going to be stupid and impossible back because obviously this whole system is stupid and impossible, and not going to let it ruin my day.
Exactly. And every time the dude's smiling, or he's either smiling or he's content.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing
he's
brings this guy down unless his somebody fucks with his system. Like the one time
right.
the boss tried to be like, try to question how he does things.
Yeah, like that PowerPoint one.
Yeah.
You made a whole PowerPoint about why you couldn't make your presentation. Like, wouldn't it have just been easier to make your presentation? Oh yeah, I wanted to use this one more than once. Um,
I mean, you can't argue with that logic. It's fucking sound.
no, yeah, he really had it. Like people always wanted to be Dilbert, but I think the person you really wanted to be in Dilbert comics was Wally
Yeah.
because he was the one living the most stress-free life.
Oh
Um,
yeah. And he always. I mean, it's not just that, but he was the king of bullshit. He could. I'm pretty sure he could bullshit his way out of a hostage situation. He would be
see,
able
and
to. He would be able to convince a terrorist hostage taker that it's less work keeping him there and letting him just walk away than just keeping him.
right. He
God, I wish I played that.
yeah, as annoying and dumb as the boss was exactly how like apathetic Wally was about shit.
Yep.
This is coming along really well.
Thank you.
It turns out the simplicity of the characters. Now that's a really interesting because I don't think Scott Adams ever had a ghostwriter or someone do his comics for him.
No.
And like we talked about during like Bleach and I talked about during our stream with Frank Frazetta, Frank Frazetta actually drew Little Abner comics for a while.
What are those?
And they were really popular in America around in the early 1900s, and it was about this about this guy named Little Abner, who was kind of a country bumpkin. But it did one of those things where it talked about it was just a comic about goofy American life things, you know, and it's another one of those. It was another one of those, like, not Dilbert-esque, but it was a Saturday or a Sunday comic that contained some truisms that we still look at today. But But the point of that is that Frank Frazetta actually um, did some of those Little Abner comics for a while, and that was, and I don't think Scott Adams ever did that. He wrote them, he did them all himself.
Well,
And I think
according to his books, though, the dude has the mindset to just prefer to do his own thing, you know? Do it yourself.
yeah, incredibly hardworking guy. And like, but that is really emblematic, I think, of how artists have to kind of work in general.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be successful, is they got to be hardworking. And the only reason that guy was able to have Frank Frazetta do any work for him was because he did get really popular, and he had other things to do.
Yeah.
But I really am a big fan of comic artists and comics. Not necessarily comic books. I mean, yeah, comic books, but like Sunday comics. I used to read the Sunday comics when I was a kid. That was the big thing. Like, give me the funnies. Give me the funny pages.
Yep.
When you were young. Because the Sunday paper was always like big and fat. You wanted to make sure you had the comics in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I always ended up when my parents went to buy the Sunday and Saturday newspaper. I always ended up fighting with them sometimes because they were sometimes serialized, so you did have like the next Saturday you'll get this one, and there was one time me and my dad actually fought over who was gonna read it first because I really wanted to know what's gonna happen in the next one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And a lot of those comics, and it probably is because I grew up reading those comics. I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes and The Far Side and all this stuff like that. Like, man, I absolutely love Calvin and Hobbes. And
same.
I love that Calvin and Hobbes did not get shitty and commercialized, in that Waterston really protected his property and kept it from being turned into, like, it wasn't turned into a cartoon series or anything. And the most you ever saw were around here. I don't know if it's a thing in Norway, but around here there was a big trend of people having a little Calvin-looking character peeing on things.
Yeah, my brother has it in his rallycross car.
Does he?
Yep. And he pees on a Toyota mark. No, wait, not Toyota. A Volkswagen mark.
Yeah.
He's a Volvo kind of guy.
Oh yeah. Well, they do that here with Ford and Chevy. Is the big ones now? Is Ford. That's when they first put it out. It was Ford and Chevy, but that wasn't like something that Calvin and Hobbes' estate, or that Bill Waterston's estate or his family or anything signed off on. That was just a design that some guy came up with.
Yep. But it was a good design. It was a good. It was a funny series too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Calvin and Hobbes is fantastic. That's one of the best ones. Along with Far Side. The Far Side was one of my favorite ones to look out for when I was a kid. Even though it was usually just a single page comic, Gary Larson did a great job of, again, capturing truths or making something that's funny for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, you also, again, as I said, you had the Norwegian Pondus. That was a pretty good one. That was me and my brother's favorite. It was in many different papers, local, even national papers. It was funny. Dude, it wasn't really a country bumpkin kind of character, but he was a simpler kind of guy. He started off as a bus chauffeur until he bought his favorite bar where he used to hang out with his best friend. And his best friend was the kind of guy who essentially lived off welfare, and he didn't really do anything except for shagging women and getting drunk. The series evolved later though, where he developed the characters more, but it was in a more believable way, so it didn't get too stupidly extreme, and he found good replacements for his more stupid antics. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
made by Frode Øverli. It's honestly a pretty good series.
and there's oh, that's a good catch getting that in there.
Thank you.
That little tiny bit.
That's my
Um
level of autism, dude.
Well, he looks kind of cool like that. Like
It's
the coolest Wally's looked.
the techno Wally. He's
Yeah,
activated his stealth suit.
right. The socks, don't forget the socks.
Fuck again. God damn it.
Mm.
Also, it's a pretty decent way of. There isn't much color used in Dilbert, you know, but it's enough, more than enough.
No, and it's smartly done that way because it makes it easy to quickly reproduce.
Yep.
Right. And that was one of the things that was kind of smart about The Simpsons when they first put that out, too, is that The Simpsons, the original Simpsons designs were super easy.
Yeah.
And hell, I mean, most of the original character, like Mickey Mouse's design is super easy. Bugs Bunny's design is super easy.
Yep.
Because it made it easy to reproduce it in a consistent way.
Yeah. I mean, their way was also inspired Family Guy, which, I'm gonna be honest, all these cartoons, all these things, they were so much better back in the day. Now, I'm
I
showing
think
my age with the
his
usual
ears need
back
to
in
be
the...
a
Huh?
say his ears need to be a little higher. I
Yeah,
think.
I'll fix that. I'll fix that.
Okay. Oh yeah, you just got to
Lower
shrink. That's right. You don't have to make his ears higher. You just got to lower his forehead.
Exactly. That's the nice thing about fucking
Yeah.
dumbass ECR styles like this, dude. Holy shit. But yeah.
His pointy-haired boss is a really great archetype too.
I wouldn't
Like that's really
yeah,
what he drew. He drew archetypes of
he
people.
did. He did, but I've met people who are like this guy.
Right. They
Intentionally
match
and
them.
unintentionally.
Right. Yeah. I can't say I've had a ton of bosses like this, but I have had at least one. Where it was like, hey, do this. Well, why? Because the guys out in the office said to do it. Well, what the fuck do they know? Why? Those guys don't know what they're talking about either. Why don't we tell them what needs to be done? But that's corporate, that's corporate America.
Yeah. It's not just corporate
again,
America, dude. Believe me, where I work, this
right.
shit's fucking... Ooh. God.
It's the Peter principle.
Mm-hmm. The things I want to say, my good friend.
As a...
Yeah. Oh, fucking office.
Right. The Dilbert Principle is one of Scott Adams' first books that we talked about. Yeah. And like the Peter Principle is a real fucking thing. People get promoted to their level of incompetence.
Pretty much, you get to you get promoted in the where you're good, and suddenly you get more and more responsibility until you get to a point where your responsibility outmatches your skill. Yeah, and that's when things start just spiraling down.
Yeah, and that's something that corporate America or corporations in general are really good at. Yeah. It's like utilizing a resource until it's not useful anymore.
Yep, they burn it out, and then instead of taking them back to where they used to be, they let them hang just where they're incompetent enough to create more problems, instead of being like, hey, we're just going to put you back where you used to be good.
Right.
The hand's pretty big. The dude has tiny hands.
Yeah, he does. There you go.
I was about to make a presidential reference, but I think everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, Are we gonna go there?
Those who
Funny how
know,
you don't
though.
hear about that this now. You don't hear about that in the second term,
Nah,
which is kind
I
of funny to
mean,
me. Like
show
they get new material.
going off and randomly picking up communist dictators' a tendency of making socialists shut the fuck up.
Right.
Enough of that. Let's get back to the spiky
uh,
haired boss.
so yeah, pointy-haired boss, and he was a good character because you you hated him, but it wasn't necessarily his fault.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I
wasn't
mean? Like
malicious. He was just incompetent.
yes, he wasn't malicious. He was just a boob. Um,
Yep.
which sometimes is almost worse than being malicious in a way,
Oh yeah.
right?
In many ways, incompetence is worse than maliciousness. I mean, just
Than
look at
malice,
today's
yeah.
society.
Right. Well, yeah, because when someone's malicious, like they're making it your fault on purpose, and you
Yep.
can gauge that and react to it accordingly. If they're just incompetent, and it's like, well, I can't, it's not his fault. You know, he's just an idiot.
Exactly. It's like, okay, we can't. We hate what he's doing. He's fucking up too much, but we can't really do anything about it because he can't really help it. Poor guy.
Right.
It's like
And he was really a
when.
symptom of a larger issue, is really what it
Yes.
was. He was just like the harbinger of the corporate idiocy.
Yeah. The malicious ones were working through him, basically. He was just
Yeah.
doing what he thought was right.
Right. He's just doing what he was told, more or less, which is
Yep.
really, it's a big part of what comes out in with the Dilbert principle, was that a lot of corporate America and all that is not, it's not designed for productivity. It's designed for entrenchment and covering your ass.
Yes.
So, which is really symbolic, or, you know, that's something that comes from it just being make work nonsense a lot of the time.
Yep. Ah, let's not talk
Like
about welfare, shall we?
moving papers from one side of a desk to another,
Yes.
you know,
You gotta give him
which
something to do.
I worked with a dude out at Water that was, he was one of the hydrologists, and he did field work, right? And he would leave. So our per diem was from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you were gone from 7 a.m., you could get the lunch, or you get breakfast and lunch. And then if you're there past 6, then you can get the full day, which was only like $45. Right? They gave us a $45 per diem for everything. But you couldn't get all that $45. You could only get like 20 of it, unless you were gone like that full time. And so this dude would do field work, and every day he would leave, you know, at like 6 in the morning, and then be gone for the rest of the day, obviously, and then claim, you know, the full per diem every time. And he was gaming the system. Everybody knew he was gaming the system, but nobody was going to do anything about it. But it was such a, like a, and I don't even, like, his job was so impactful that I don't even know what the fuck he was doing. Right. And I don't think most of the people knew what he was doing. He was just like, he's just going out and doing stuff, and we're just let him.
Yep.
You know, we're not, because stopping him would be more trouble.
Yes.
Right. Like fighting with him on it would be more of a hassle than just letting him do it. And
More
I think
people,
that's how a lot of that goes.
yeah, there's a lot of. The only times you get someone who's actually willing to deal with those kind of people is when you have someone who is new and get hired for a high power position there. they're the
right?
ones who tend to shake up the systems, but that also makes them very much dislike, because even the people who dislike the old people, the ones who game the system, they hate change equally as much as the people who game the system, because it's just
Yeah,
more
that's true.
bother in a situation.
Yeah, that's true a lot of the time. It's like it's easier. So one of the things when I worked for the state was, um,
Oh, this is a bit too
we'll
loud.
just wait for
Sorry.
them to retire to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some of those issues that they're not going to address. They're just gonna like, okay, that guy's so close to retirement that we're, instead of trying to fix the issue or train the guy, we'll just let him retire, and then it won't
Yes.
be a problem anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I know about that one. I've heard that one
Just
actually a lot too.
yeah.
Why is that guy
And
allowed to be a complete asshole? Oh, he's gonna quit soon anyway. It's okay.
yeah, he's on his way out the door.
Oh,
Like, it would be more hassle for management to try to correct the problem than it is to just fucking let the guy be useless for a while until he quits.
yeah. It's also the fact that they are also best friends with someone who is in leadership too.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that was my last job.
Mm-hmm.
We had a dude that, the guy that was supposed to be training me, and he was notoriously bad at returning calls or getting back to anybody, which wouldn't have been so bad, except for he was like the accounting admin, right? So they would come to him with
Oh,
like, hey, we need to have this fixed. Hey, can we talk about this? We need to get this fixed. And he would just blow them off. And then they brought me in, and I was responsive to people, and I would answer questions, and so they fucking loved me. Like, everybody outside of the accounting or outside of the IT team loved me because I was responsible and responsive and helpful to them.
yeah. Instead of being
But
just an ass, huh?
this guy was buddies with the IT manager. And so, because he was just buddies with the IT manager, nobody could do anything about it except for just eat shit because he was such a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Or not, he wasn't even an idiot, though. That's the other thing that was annoying, is because he was smart enough to do the job. He was just lazy, and I don't know if he was unmotivated or what the deal was, but
It could just also be an asshole. There's plenty of people
and
who just fits the description of being just an asshole.
right, and there was literally no repercussion for him not doing it. Right, like he could just
Yeah.
do whatever he wanted to, but because he was buddies with the manager, nothing could be, he was untouchable.
Yeah.
It's like, so if I bitched about him, I ran the risk of getting myself in trouble because I'm bitching about the manager's buddy.
Yep.
The manager's not going to do shit. And even when I did complain to the manager and be like, hey, this guy's not actually teaching me anything. He's not doing anything that he's supposed to be doing. He doesn't return calls. He blows off meetings. He does all this stuff. And then one day he was like, well, you guys need to get together and do this. It's like, okay, that's fine, you know. And he told us to get together on a Saturday and spend 4 hours going through all the stuff we needed to. And when I was finally able to get the guy pinned down to agree to it, I set up the meeting. I set it up for 4 hours. I got ready to learn some stuff, and he only did it was like an hour and a half, and he's just like, well, that's all I got time for right now. And I'm like, but wait a minute, you know, that the manager said you needed to train me on this. You needed to teach me this stuff. And now you're just blowing me off again. But nothing mattered because, you know, he was untouchable.
You could do whatever
And,
the fuck you want. And fuck you if you
yeah.
try to suggest otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, or if you get frustrated enough and whatever. But anyhow. So Dogbert's a great character.
Yep. Maybe I should make the glasses a bit bigger. But
Yeah,
here's the thing about Dogbert. Dogbert is spike-haired boss if he was like Wally, smart
he's
enough.
like well, he's self-motivated, which is, what you expect out of a corporate consultant,
It's
because that's what he was. He was the corporate consultant.
it's the corporate consultant and Dilbert's pet, right?
Oh yeah, he was Dilbert's pet. um I think Dogbert and Catbert and Ratbert were all Dilbert's pets.
Yeah.
So I need to get Ratbert in here, but yeah, it's going to be it's a major loss to society to have lost Scott Adams.
Yeah, it's still a bit too. It was still a bit too early for him to go, to be honest.
Well,
Especially he was
68's really pretty young,
Yeah,
you know,
all things considered.
and he didn't show the signs of his disease.
No.
And like I said on Saturday, he didn't use it as an excuse, and he did not use it as an excuse to not do what he wanted to do, and he didn't lean on it as any sort of like reason for pity. He never asked for remorse or for sympathy from it. He was always very matter of fact about it.
He just took it, as we say in Norway, tar det på strak arm. He took it as it came. He didn't really care too much about it, or he didn't show he cared. He just is stoic about it.
He took it in stride.
That's the word.
Which is probably what it translates. What it sounds like.
Actually, it's exactly that. Ta det på strak arm, take it in stride.
Yeah. It was just what it was.
Yep.
And he did a good job of compartmentalizing stuff, which was, fit in well with his notion of systemic thinking.
Yep.
Because that was one of his big things, was thinking in systems to help better understand or maintain sanity, and to engage with the world on that term.
Yeah.
No, I'm just looking to see where this is going. There we go. Brown. There you go.
Yep.
The clipboard.
Dogbert is the easiest one to draw. Let's be honest.
Right. Right.
Just a dog.
The easiest one to draw in color.
Yeah, pretty much just draw a dog with office supplies, and you know that behind those two glass eyes is a mind solely dedicated for his own fucking wealth. And I can respect that.
Yeah, getting paid.
Ching,
which is how I always looked at a lot of those. Right? I'm gonna lead by example.
Fucking, that's one of my favorites. Honestly, I first thought when I read the comic when I was a kid that only Dilbert saw Dogbert as, because I only got to see the ones where Dilbert and Dogbert were together hanging out, but none of the others yet, right? So I thought that Dogbert, it's sort of like a Toy Story thing, or where only the main character can see and hear the dog speak.
Right? Yeah. Kind of like Wilfred. That show, yes. Wilfred.
Yeah.
With Elijah Woods.
And
fuck, that show kicks ass.
Dude, I've seen a bit of it, and it's really fun. I think I saw the first few episodes. Get off! I'm trying to, mate.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny shit. But I ended up. I think the first one was where it does a woo woo ka-ching ka-ching joke. I think best I can show that skit off. It's fucking hilarious, and it made me, as a kid, was like, holy shit, the dog actually speaks.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Yeah, it
now
was.
we,
You can do Alice now. Okay.
yeah, the hair's gonna take a lot of space.
Yeah.
She actually is one of the taller characters in the series, but she has to be shorter because of the fucking hair.
Well, yeah, she's taller because of all the hair.
Yep.
Well, you did them on separate layers, so you can kind of hide some behind the others if you need to for that.
You know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea. I can make secondary layers and then fix from there. So
Yeah. Put Dogbird on the pointy-haired boss's back. There you go.
you now see,
Which makes sense, really. I could totally see Dogbert riding on the back of the boss with a clipboard, telling everybody what to do.
Didn't that happen in the cartoons?
It probably did.
I don't remember.
I haven't seen those Dilbert cartoons in so long.
Same. I'm gonna cheat on this one.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm a phony, a big fat phony.
Hey, but if you're using digital tools, there's no reason to not fully
Exactly.
take advantage of them.
And if you don't cheat a little bit, you don't want it enough. Monster Hunter reference there for anyone interested.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark down. Ugh. So, yeah. So, what's her archetype then? What is this lady's archetype?
Alice, she just.
She's
Alice
a bit
was
of a
kind of just an
cynic.
unstoppable force.
She was,
Right,
but
like,
she
she
was
just-
also a bit of a cynic in other times. But I was always surprised by the times she wasn't with the resting bitch face, but she was surprisingly competent. She wasn't the office drone chick who just nods on with whatever the boss says and, probably sucks him
Right.
up on the table. This is the kind of chick
Yeah,
who
no,
would.
she saw.
Yeah,
She saw through the bullshit. And
yeah, she would.
I
She
think
would
again.
much. Yeah, she's much more likely to break your fucking break your fingers than trying something like that.
Yeah, she's like the mix between. But she has the awareness of the situation of Dilbert, because she sees that it's. I think her chin needs to be more level with her hair.
Yeah,
Because she sees how dumb the office environment is and kind of acts accordingly with it, but
yep.
is still part of it, right? Like, not wholly.
I'm gonna work from here. Let's see. She basically sees
think-
how it. I'm still not done with it. I'm still not done.
Okay, go for it.
She sees how it works, and she knows she can't really affect it enough, but she can't really be bothered to it.
Well, and she's going to make sure that it goes her way,
Yes.
through violence if necessary.
Yes. I mean, the intro in
And so it
itself
made her
speaks. I mean, the intro
Right.
itself just pretty much shows that off. She get her hair set on fire, and then she tries to kill someone with the coffee machine afterwards.
Yeah.
Just
she was
saying
a force
that
to be reckoned with.
Yeah, the intro to the Dilbert cartoon goes really hard because you don't expect the office building series to have shredding guitars.
But it really fit in with Scott Adams. His motif, his style, right? His style of just of looking at things.
Yes.
Like, he just had a really good concept of it, and was able to express it in a relatable way
Yep.
and make engaging characters with it.
That's fucking true. Oh man. So the ones I tend to call Albanians, what were they called again? I keep forgetting their names.
The Elbonians.
Elbonian. No wonder I
Yeah,
keep thinking they're
Elbonians,
born.
yeah.
No wonder I keep
With the
thinking they're
mud.
Albanians.
Yeah, it's close. And they live in a land of mud.
Yep. And if you
And
had a computer, you would press this button. Oh, I delete.
yeah, send Dilbert to Elbonia to teach him how to program COBOL. And they're like, we don't have computers. It's like, that's okay, I don't know COBOL.
Make do what you have, and I'm so darn certain that they've done things like that in the corporate world as well. As we don't have this now, but we'll make do with this and this instead, and we can just. The
Dude,
main point with me being here is that I can write it off.
right. Well, and it's because a lot of the time they have that idea of, you're like, well, they ask you to do something. You're like, well, that's not something I've ever done before. We'll figure it out. It's
Yeah.
like, well, fuck you. Why don't you figure it out?
You see this problem?
It's
This
like,
is your
wait a
problem
minute.
now.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is basically the face of a woman who has found out that's a system. She knows that's a system. She is able to work within that system. And screw you if you try to remove her from the place of that system.
Right. And in the end, it's all just about getting paid.
Yep.
The soulless corporate drone. It's not about doing something meaningful or producing, some work that you should or could be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just busy work.
Yep.
It's just make work to keep people busy.
Pretty much. I mean, even where I work, there are so many cases of, yeah, we don't have loyalty to the company because the company obviously isn't loyal to us. So why do we even
Right.
give half a shit? We're just doing it for the paycheck.
Well, and I think that's a real problem it's something I had to learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that no matter how much I gave to the company, in most instances, the company could not give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Like, I was such an afterthought to the company that any hard work I did was it was expected and not appreciated.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a
and
reason why people say you pretend that 50% is 100.
yeah, right.
That is sort of a rule I've heard ever since getting in the work world. You're 50, make that look like that's your 100. And when you then give 100, it'll look like you're giving 150.
Right. Not that it'll ever be rewarded in such a way.
Exactly, and that's why you keep that trigger and that is why you keep that on the trigger for only the most desperate situations. Because don't waste your time with the sacrificing yourself for your workplace, because
Right.
they don't care. The only fucking
I
workplaces
really
where
hate
that
that.
is even. Yeah, I mean, I hate it too, but they gotta be
Oh, no.
like worth it. Like working for a private company for a friend or something where they actually can respect you. That's where you'll be genuine. That's where you actually care. You know, do work.
Well, and that's where your efforts will be appreciated.
Exactly.
Right. Well, like, I'll use a quick example of that. Is that we have technical writers,
Yes.
and they're using AI to generate a lot of shit now.
Yes.
Right? Like, they're just using Copilot to write stuff, and they're getting praise for it. Like, oh, you're doing such a good job getting this done. I'm like, well, that's what? Like, that's such low effort work. Like, man, I don't know how, but at the same time, it makes the company happy. It makes the company happy enough, and it makes and it makes them look good enough to the company. So why should they put in any more work than that?
Exactly. There's
Which is,
no need to
I,
do more than that because A, it won't be rewarded. B, they won't really care. And C, they'll just judge you when you don't give your max every single moment of the day. It's really
yeah, it
heartless.
is.
I'm sorry we're getting
It's
so
shooting
fucking
yourself in the foot
depressing.
in a way.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry that we're getting a bit, depressive on this, I guess some could say, but that is just the truth. If you want to be in a place where you actually get appreciated for your efforts, do something private. Do it in a company which you build yourself, or you can actually feel your efforts matter. Because even if your efforts matter in a corporate job or in like a in like a big time job, it will never be recognized. And if it gets recognized, it will be expected that you do that kind of peak efficiency all the time, and they will only
Right.
judge you for not being as capable.
Right.
Yeah,
Which that's
because
sad.
it is like the chef job is equally as cutthroat a business as like an office job. It's just that
Oh yeah.
we can literally cut throats, but again, why would we waste our knives on that? You'll
Well,
never see a
and
chef hurt someone with a knife.
it's more of a yeah, you don't want to hurt your knife. Um,
Exactly.
it's more. I don't know if performative is the. That was kind of funny. Um, performative is the right. Yeah, it is a little performative.
It is.
But I think in the cooking, like, at least it's a meritocratic system, and that you actually have to be able to do the job.
Oh yeah, like
And
that's something I'll admit to. Even the people I don't like in that job sector, if they're capable, if they're good, oh shit, if they're capable, if they're good at it, I will admit that they're good at what they do.
yeah,
I can shit talk you for things you deserve to be talked shit about, but I'll never shit talk you for something you're legitimately good at.
yeah, yeah, and that's going to be matching the color on this one's going to be kind of difficult. I think
Yeah,
it's
well,
more. Well, I guess I'm not getting the right color
no,
coming through
you
Discord,
probably
anyways.
aren't. Let me see how it looks.
It makes them a little
Yeah,
brighter.
it's a little brighter. The colors are all a little brighter. Darn this.
Yeah,
I guess
it's just the
Basic will post the actual image afterwards, so you get to see how it really looks. But some colors tend to be a lot brighter. But I'm gonna grayscale it a bit more. Grayscale. Say I'm gonna. No wait. Make it maybe.
turn the
Oh,
hue down,
yeah. A little bit gray, maybe.
or the
Try this.
saturation.
That's
That's what you're
better.
wanting. There you go.
Would make it a little lighter. At least, yeah. That. No, it needs to be a bit more red.
Color matching is fun.
This.
That was so fun.
I'm going
I
with
love
this one.
color matching.
She's gonna be more pink than anything.
I did a long time ago. A buddy of mine at my last job got a he got an original He-Man character, like figure, original one, at like a thrift store, but
Right?
the nose was messed up on it. Like the nose had a chunk out of it, and so I was like, I could fix that, and I did. I took some green stuff and made a little nose, carved the nose, and fixed the chunk of the nose so you couldn't really tell there was anything wrong with the nose. And then I had to spend, like 10 minutes matching the skin tone to make sure that it was right, and then blending it.
Nice.
And then
Kind of like
I
one of
felt
your
like the old man that
Wazowskis.
the old no. Well, I've done that with Wazowski too. I've matched up the Wazowski green, but yeah, I felt like that old guy on Toy Story that restored Woody. was in Toy Story 2, that old guy that brought out the thing and restored Woody. I kind of felt like that when I was doing it. It was really fun to do, to go through and color match everything and try to restore it back to the original, the original colors and everything.
When you get into it, it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
There we go. That's...
Oh, yeah, there you go. Get that. There's a little bit at the top there.
Yeah, a little bit over there and there as well.
Alice wouldn't like that gray.
Nope, never pointed out. Ever. If you want to live...
She'd hit you with the fist of death.
Or you would inconvenience her, which requires you to become her servant.
Become her indentured servant.
Yeah. Man, he always got the short end of the stick with her.
Yeah.
So they never really pointed out. They never really pointed out if he was or wasn't a G. He just really fits that stereotype.
Right. Well, and that's another thing that I appreciate about it is that Adams did such a good job of capturing the stereotype or the archetype that he didn't need to specify.
Yeah.
It was universal enough to where you could think, oh, well, this is a character. It's an archetype in the system. There you go.
There. Want me to do Catbird as well? We've been going for almost an hour.
There's not enough room in the scene, and I think we've done a good job here.
Yeah. Let's. I'm gonna do this. There we go. And then we're gonna do a little bit of placing around. You can join us in this game. He stands in the corner because that's where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Dumb fat fucking.
I like the idea of making the boss really short. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, there's no personal bias there, I swear.
Man, I can't believe we've been doing this for an hour.
Yeah, I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, wait, what? There we go. Fuck, did I put it over
Fantastic.
too far down? I actually didn't cut his fucking foot off. Neat.
Good.
Huh. And here you go. That's a freaking Dilbert crew. He didn't really do much about backgrounds, did he?
There wasn't a whole lot. Backgrounds were always really simple. And a lot of the times they were just a gradient color. Because the setting, again, like the archetype was so powerful that the setting didn't matter.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
Simple and clean, everyone.
That looks looks a lot like the one I was just looking at, so that's perfect.
And that has been our video, an homage to Scott Allen and his greatest creation,
Scott
Dilbert.
Adams.
Scott Adams? What did I say?
Yeah, Allen. That's okay. But rest in peace to Scott Adams. He was a brilliant mind that was taken from us too soon, and hopefully he's in the loving arms of his Lord right now. And yep,
he deserves only the best, and at least he has a legacy that's gonna live as long as retarded corporations exist.
For real,
especially you piece of shit. Now, it's a lot of good characters, and they're recognizable. You don't even need to know their names. You just look at them and the way they stand. You can already tell who they all are just by the way they stand, just by the way they are.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the dude had the finger on the pulse for the entirety of the creation here. And,
yep.
It's been a pleasure growing up with this work. And it's sad that he is gone, but as I said, his legacy is literally gonna last as longest corporations exist.
Right. Our lives were richer for his presence, and the world is richer for what he left.
Exactly.
So, yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And a big thank you for you, Dave, for joining me on this one and for sharing all of this. It's been a really good time. A big thank you to Bessic for doing all the edits for this. Hope you're having fun where you're going. And a big thank you to Robert Renato for letting us use and abuse his music. And of course, to everyone taking time out of the day to listen and or watch this show. Thank you very much for spending your time here. So, Dave, until next time we meet, thank you very much again for joining me, dude.
Yeah, my pleasure, as always.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Chatelet, folks.